I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son.
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh.
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless, and God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could... They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies.
My poor child. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hen...
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent...
Ah, well, congratulations. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyle?
The rumors aren't exaggerated. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves.
I see it's every bit as... Well then, here's to those poor souls.
I've told you all about me. Now it's... I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword.
You know what they say.
But this is a bit more mysterious.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. These days, of course, it's just a bit of...
I noticed there's a woman living with you.
What of it? Have you never met? Mother Church won't let me take her to wife. Too afraid it might lose its property to any heirs she bore me. But...
I'm not sure the parish priest at St. James would agree. Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get back. So, about this confessional seal.
Henry, that's not how it works. If people stop believing in the church because they're
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end.
Chin up, lad.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregants.
Well, Ujitz isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have...
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard.
It has to be something topical. And a tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. Especially if they're about...
Can you give...
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus, I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman. I'm thinking about putting...
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan, the lamentable wealth in which the church is just like a flock of hungry ravens. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by... You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal it? What if the devil himself were to pay? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride, while Jesus Christ walked... Look to your consciences, you robbers. Amen.
Well, this...
Oh, the congregation.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them.
Don't you think it's a bit...
No, I don't.
What do you think of this?
He's certainly a wise man. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look...
Where can I find out more?
You like it? I copied down some of his...
What do the common folk think of?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my word.
Yeah, unless they burn him at this...
Nonsense. They can't burn him.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I'd... He's getting...
What do you suppose?
That sounds...
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj panuje sej smutek, do mnie i rano utek, niech ich małżeński majstrat, do wczera żył nestaje brak, już sej moi swat mladý muži, nechtěl bych bejt v jejich kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požadem si umí jako poslední jen. Buďme se vámi, ano ráda slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou nejden, tak nalej mi hned a točí se svět. Ty dneska vůbec nikdo neví, zase zítra Ježíši a není to naposled.
Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Now, go weak at their knees, have ya?
You think because I'm a man of cloth I won't kick your arse? It's a sin to fight so bad. So, my dear. No sooner said than done.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, Cura.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it if you stopped gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
So all at once the
Don't... No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll enter. No need to drag it out.
Christ almighty.
Wonderful.
never show up. The swill pop.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, cumens, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with of the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honour to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a silver
Glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, but he told it nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin,
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now, slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out?
Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pious. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. My respects to you, sir.
What's happening around here?
Ah, you know how it is. Especially at the mill. Not a week goes whenever they're planning some mischief. They're always huddled there. Oh, and another. Like that, they could started an archery contest here. And by the way, now I think of it, I've not the local herb woman. She always comes here once a week for a time. Farewell. God be with you, good. May the Lord watch over you.
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki.
Riki?
Maybe.
He's not usually around here.
So you know this Hinnock?
Not much, I confess.
Why's that?
No one with a nose likes spending too much time around.
What can you tell me?
He's as cantankerous as all.
Why do they call Hinnock?
He's a tanner, isn't he? If you're ever done.
True enough, but not every.
Well, Hinnock's nature's no.
Why has he got such a?
Well, like his old man, I heard he got.
So a bit more than heist.
Just so. We're all.
Don't tell me there's not.
He's been seen around at one of the bathhouses. Take care now.
put it in...
God preserve you, good night.
I heard you've been seeing Hinek.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you?
God, no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the...
Aye, I've seen him often enough.
Where can I find Hinek?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days.
Does he do that often?
From time to time.
What the hell does he get up to?
I don't know.
He goes to the woods from time.
What do you mean? There's no...
With all the footpads, looters, cumans, and God knows what other...
But Hinek doesn't have anything to...
Oh, really? Then what does he do?
I really don't know what you want from me. So...
When did you last see him?
A few days ago.
And that was unusual?
I never saw him drink much.
So he was acting strangely, that is?
He was strange. I had the
Can you remember anything he...
Oh, I'm not sure. Aye. And then he was...
What did he say about them?
Just that he had a pot.
I see.
What could I say? He was drunk. And if I wanted, I could even take half...
Did you go there for a look?
No. I've got better things to...
Yes, I understand. Did he tell you exactly...
He said he buried it at his...
All right, thank you. Is it true?
What?
Other whores wouldn't go...
The other bathhouse girls are honest, so I don't know. The truth...
So you only felt sorry for him?
Both of us are the black
There's nothing more between...
No, nothing. May the Lord watch over you.
Yeah.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight. May the Lord watch over you.
I'm honored.
I'm looking for your son.
I don't know.
Don't you at least know where he...
Hinek shows up at home.
Do you at least know any friends he...
As far as I know.
I heard he's seeing some...
Maybe.
Watch your tongue, peasant. I'm an envoy of Sir Radza Kabila, and this is an official...
I apologize if I...
And you don't know where he went? What?
Look, it's been clear to me for a long time.
If you value your son's life...
That's no surprise. But what of it?
I know Hinek's no angel, but I just want to ask him...
I can't say you put my mind at ease. But... All right.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea.
I don't follow.
Hinek makes some money on the side from...
Well, it's not much to go on. Don't you have any...
I really don't know nothing.
How's that?
Because every time...
What more do you know?
Nothing! I swear to God...
I know he didn't talk to you about it, but you must have known... How much time did he spend away?
Well, he came and went at all sorts of hours.
So he probably went through thick wood.
I reckon.
He had money because he...
I suppose.
Do you know who he sold it to?
No. But the innkeeper came here.
All right.
Go. And if he's really in as much shit as he said... come here quick! There's a... Guard! Guard! Come here quick! There's a thief over there!